Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, July 27th at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time by Zeno Reader. There are 655 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. The final victim of the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida, has been identified. This Idaho hot springs was shut down 5 years ago. It won't reopen for at least 5 more. Republican liaison to Arizona audit says he might resign, saying there were serious issues with Cyber Ninja's process. Nazi admirer feared imminent Antifa attack when he allegedly shot fleeing woman who stole flag. The granddaughter of a notorious anti-gay rights activist is marrying a woman, and she's not sure whether to invite her grandmother to the wedding. Arizona Senate audit liaison threatens to quit after being denied access to ballot count. Gable's condo with severe corrosion in garage marked unsafe. Residents can stay for now. Tesla reports $1 billion in profit, with sales almost doubling in the last quarter. A Capitol riot suspect said my mom and I helped stop the vote count for a bit after being invited by Trump. 5 dead, including a sheriff's deputy, in the wake of California standoff. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. New Samsung Flip and Fold leaks show water resistance, renders, and an S Pen case, The Verge. Advent Health elevates to level red with more than 900 patients hospitalized with COVID-19, WKMG News 6 and Click Orlando. 98th and final missing person recovered, identified in Florida partial building collapse, NBC News. AP interview, PM says Iraq doesn't need U.S. combat troops, Associated Press. Intel will make Qualcomm chips in new foundry deal, The Verge. Aaron Rodgers rumors, Packers, QB close to agreement, would set up final season in GB, Bleacher Report. Ariane Titmus's swim coach got up, excited about her Olympic gold medal win, Vulture. Galileo project to search cosmos for alien life and UFOs, New York Post. Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, the official video game, official Olympic celebration trailer, IGN. Alex Rodriguez showed Jennifer Lopez some sneaky birthday love on IG, page 6. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. The right, and wrong, way to apologize for dumb things you said online. Pfizer and Moderna to expand studies of vaccines in 5 to 11-year-olds. Ellen Burstyn will reprise her exorcist role in new horror trilogy. Viral fairy tale skateboarders growing up and medaling at the Olympics. The White Lotus is a stale entry in the shows about rich white people problems genre. TikToker soundtracks mom's life with trombone, and it's hilariously wholesome. Marjorie Taylor Greene mocked for claiming vaccine mandates are segregation. Female weightlifter wins Philippines' first ever Olympic gold. California will require state employees, healthcare workers to get vaccinated. Paralympians will now get paid as much as Olympians for medals won. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. At least 7 shot during candlelight vigil. Man changing tire on expressway hit, killed. Man gets 50 years in gruesome killing of wife. Argument leads to triple shooting. Historic one-ring room school to hold classes. Shots ring out at apartments, suspect jailed. Mask mandate returns to city, county today. One person shot during outdoor basketball game. $19,000 hog sells at auction and cements a priceless friendship. Mom of slain woman speaks out. The next headlines are from the 5th most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. The most influential spreader of coronavirus misinformation online. After COVID diagnosis, a conservative radio host sends a new message. Jill Biden, changing the fashion game at the Olympics. What $2 million buys you in California? Atrial fibrillation, a common heart problem that's easy to miss. Broadcaster apologizes for inappropriate images aired during Olympic parade. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. The 5 Blessed left-wing activists denouncing cops while minority areas call for more support. NYC surgeon, beauty queen wife settle divorce amid his claim she's a hooker. Washington protesters descend on Cuban embassy, accuse Biden team of supporting communism. Moderna seeks to expand COVID-19 vaccine trial for kids. Jide, Sengun, Garuba among international NBA prospects. Hidilyn Diaz, Philippines' first Olympic gold medalist, salutes flag during country's national anthem. Pandemic Olympics endured heat, and now typhoons en route. Suspected Texas gunman beaten to death with brick after opening fire at party, police say. Another Obama official raises concerns about Biden nominee linked to eco-terrorism. Death from 1985 shaken baby case leads to murder charge. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, July 27th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 4th stimulus check, will there be additional relief payments? Major League Rugby Championship featuring Rugby ATL against Al Agil Tennis on CBS Sunday, August 1st. Olympics 2021, USWNT vs Australia, 5 things fans should know. Roswell, New Mexico stars Janine Mason and Nathan Dean prepare for Season 3 on the CW. This season is wild. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Modeling is a cinch for Boris's girl era. Anita Rani wonders if she would have made Strictly Final if she didn't have a brown face. The guilt-free guide to enjoying red meat, balance benefits and drawbacks of your favorite foods. Simon Rattle avoided conducting at last night of the proms over jingoistic elements of concert. Home and away fans mourn their first crush after the tragic death of Dieter Brummer. Wayne Rooney says he was blackmailed over pictures of him asleep with 3 women. Why are COVID infections plunging, and will they go up again? Fitness coach reveals the perfect at-home workout that instantly boosts your confidence. Self-confessed vaccine skeptic, 34, who said if he could turn back time he would die from COVID. Holidaymaker, 18, is missing fear drowned after trying to rescue 10 children. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Israel's spat with Ben & Jerry's overshadows its spyware scandal. Businessman Najib Mikati becomes Lebanon's latest prime minister designate. Search for disabled South Korean mountaineer lost in Himalayas ends at his family's request. Tunisia's president fires prime minister, dismisses government, freezes parliament. Senior U.S. official visits China, in small thaw of relations with Beijing. Ishiguro, powers among contenders for fiction's Booker Prize. Mexico's most ardent anti-masker is ill with COVID-19. Tunisia on edge as president suspends parliament, fires PM. Amid crises at home, Tunisians celebrate Olympic medals as ray of hope. UN says 5 peacekeepers injured in attack in northern Mali. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo Olympics 2020, women's triathlon takes place after storm, Magic Monday for Team GB, Live. Final victim of Florida condo collapse identified by relative. Britney Spears asks for accountant to replace father as conservator. Tesla second quarter profits top $1 billion even as it struggles to handle demand. California and New York City to mandate vaccine for government workers. Green Bay Packers optimistic Aaron Rodgers will return in 2021. Manchester United agree 42M fee for Real Madrid defender Rafael Varane. At least 85 wildfires torch 1.5 acres across drought-hit U.S. West. Biden and Academy seal agreement to end U.S. combat mission in Iraq. U.S. will not lift travel restrictions at this point due to spread of Delta variant. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Former Senator Barbara Boxer allegedly assaulted, robbed. California, NYC to workers, get vaccine or face weekly tests. VA requires COVID-19 vaccination for healthcare workers. Gunmen in California shooting had domestic violence arrests. Over 50 major healthcare organizations call for mandating vaccines in their industry. With virus surge, U.S. to keep travel restrictions for now. Why Russian athletes are competing under the rug at Olympics. Former Nevada sundown town stands by siren amid reckoning. New medical freedom law outlaws requiring COVID-19 vaccine to access public spaces. Pregnant woman, boyfriend shot dead at Texas soccer tournament. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Is there a future for Africa's lions? Brazil, why are so many pregnant women dying from COVID? Archibald Prize, 100 years of Australia's top portrait honor. Surfside tower collapse, final victim identified from rubble. Tunisia President Kais Saied accused of coup amid clashes. COVID passports, how do they work around the world? Hemingway look-alike chosen in Florida contest. Bezos $2 billion offer to get back in race to the moon. China accuses U.S. of oppressing Beijing in high-level talks. U.S. combat forces to leave Iraq by end of year. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Activists try to preserve Black Georgia Cemetery. The Day in Pictures. COVID infections double at VA facilities as agency mandates vaccines for healthcare professionals. Harvard professor leading research on existence of UFOs and alien civilizations. Biden confirms Veterans Affairs to mandate vaccine. Psaki, SHOT show vaccine urgency and importance. AP Top Stories July 26 p. California, NYC unveil plans to require vaccinations or testing. VA says shots mandatory for medical workers. Live COVID-19 updates. Biden, Iraqi PM discuss end of U.S. combat mission. Tunisia Ahmed's president suspends parliament. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Newsom calls out the unvaccinated, blasts Tucker Carlson for COVID-19 misinformation. Gunman kills 4, including 2 sons and deputy, in Kern County mass shooting. California's new vaccination proof requirement, what you need to know. Dixie fire scorches nearly 200,000 acres, doubling in size in days. California government, health workers must show proof of vaccination or be tested regularly. Police shoot and kill man they say was holding relative at knife point in West LA. Water search underway for woman seen clinging to Santa Monica Pier. Mask mandate enacted in Orange County Superior Court Santa Ana facility. Rain creeps into Southern California with surprise late July showers. This is unusual. Huntington Beach restaurant urges unvaccinated diners in rebuff of COVID precautions. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 27, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Mexico sends food and medical supplies to Cuba, condemns U.S. blockade. Biden, U.S. combat troops will leave Iraq by end of year. New poll finds majority of Canadians support legal access to psilocybin therapy. Gazprom pipeline ruptures, catches ablaze in Russia's Perm region. Demonstrators chant death to the dictator in Tehran as protests spread. Pope to UN forum, hunger is crime violating basic rights. In Frank Talks, China accuses U.S. of creating imaginary enemy. Lawyer who sued Chevron over Ecuador pollution found guilty of contempt. India's excess deaths during pandemic up to 4.9 mln, study shows. Jordan has been attacked by Iranian-made drones, King Abdullah II. Polish LGBT activists have chained themselves to the gates of the Ministry of Education and Science in Warsaw in protest, demand Poland's education minister to resign. BC restaurants take wild salmon off menu over concerns for declining population. The Philippines wins its first ever Olympic gold, after nearly 100 years of trying. China moves to protect food delivery drivers from digital exploitation. The next headlines are from Forbes. NASCAR free agent profile, in Ross Chastain, a prolific passer is ripe for the picking. Former Celtics assistant Evan Turner is grateful for his experience in Boston. 5 series coming to Netflix in August that are worth a binge. Final Miami condo collapse, death toll stands at 98 as crews identify last victim. As trade deadline approaches, New York Yankees don't have much choice but to try to save season. Report, Britney Spears' attorney files to replace Jamie Spears with CPA in conservatorship. Indiana Pacers facing important decisions with a handful of reserve free agents. BTS's new single is just the 4th #1 bestseller in Canadian history among Korean artists. Inside the sound of multi-million-dollar box office hit, A Quiet Place Part 2. A typically bizarre season has the New York Mets well positioned for the MLB trade deadline. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Richard R. Ernst, 1933, 2021. Chemical modeling with the sense of touch. Direct installation of boron groups offers boost to medicinal chemistry. Biodiversity needs every tool in the box, use OECMs. Audio long read, how ancient people learned to love carbs. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,720,885,652 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Stars blocks Disney from launching Star Plus streaming service in Brazil. Mark Ronson's work with Amy Winehouse, Duran Duran roots highlight Watch the Sound series. Former ABC exec Vicky Dummer joins Warner Brothers Television as head of current programming. DMX, Juice WRLD, Alanis Morissette gets spotlight in HBO's Music Box documentary series trailer. Ted Lasso Season 2 delivers biggest premiere audience for Apple TV Plus to date, company claims. Sophomore slump, why Black Widow and Space Jam quickly sank at the box office. Jungle Cruise star Jack Whitehall is proud of his gay characters coming out scene in Disney film. Duchess of York Sarah Ferguson enters talks to turn new novel into Bridgerton-style period drama. Britney Spears' attorney files to remove and suspend father Jamie Spears from conservatorship. Array launches Hailey Jerem Masterclass Liberated Territory, film news in brief. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. A group of Michigan lawmakers used coronavirus relief funds for $65,000 in bonuses. Coronavirus frequently asked questions, I'm vaccinated, I thought I could give up masks, but, should I? The last victim has been identified in the Florida condo collapse, a relative says. Media boat blocks triathlon racers, forcing an unusual restart in Tokyo. Britney Spears' lawyer files request for new conservator of her money. Tuesday could be a dramatic, and pivotal, day for America's gold medal hopes. A lawsuit against January 6 rally speakers forces Department of Justice to consider who's legally immune. Surfing makes waves at the Olympics for the first time. Iranian railway, ancient Chinese city among new UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Kindergarten enrollment fell last year, now schools wonder how many kids are coming. The following headlines are from The Week. Final victim of Florida condo collapse identified. Kevin McCarthy calls Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger Pelosi Republicans, they say they have work to do. Activision Blizzard employees blast company's abhorrent response to bombshell sexual harassment lawsuit. Only 18% of voters think Biden best represents the Democratic Party. Biden administration criticized for keeping international travel restrictions in place, it makes no scientific sense. VA implements first federal agency vaccine mandate. Parkland shooting survivor says their dad believes it was a hoax after QAnon consumed his life. Are police fabricating gunshot evidence in some cities? Hoyer, a January 6 investigation that doesn't call on key Trump officials is incomprehensible. The potential silver lining to a breakthrough COVID-19 infection. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A new normal for live music. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Perseverance is about to collect the first sample on Mars that could eventually be returned to Earth. When the sun dies, Earth's magnetosphere won't provide protection anymore. Urine finds its own parachute on the surface of Mars. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, July 27th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Perseid Meteor Shower 2021, all you need to know. Delta Aquarite Meteor Shower 2021, all you need to know. Find Perseid and Delta Aquarite radiant points. Visualize the Perseid meteor stream in space. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Inside the Hungarian campaign to beat Viktor Orban. Trump ally Tom Barrack pleads not guilty to foreign agent charges. VA sets vaccine requirement for frontline healthcare workers. U.S. to maintain travel restrictions, citing Delta variant. Why all agriculture carbon credits aren't the same. Cuomo questions credibility of Attorney General's investigators. Biden administration says long COVID can be considered a disability under law. Cheney-McCarthy war of words heats up over January 6 investigation. Beijing thrusts long lists of demands at Biden administration. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian News Live, Victoria records 10 new local COVID-19 cases, states lockdown likely to ease, NSW cases continue to soar. Tokyo Olympics Live updates, McKeon headline swimming, Fox paddles for gold, Matilda's face biggest test. U.S. Drug Authority urges Pfizer, Moderna to expand child testing of vaccines. ASX set to test record highs again, Blue Scope profit bounces. Tokyo Olympics in pictures. Race by race tips and preview for Turi on Tuesday. Perth girl forced to live with a rapist could claim millions from WA government. Confused and changing advice adds to prevailing pandemic uncertainty. Most 18 to 24-year-old Britons no longer wearing face masks in public. ASX set for gains as Wall Street hits new highs, Tesla hits $1 billion milestone. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results, Tesla tops $1 billion in profit, delays semi-launch. Intel stock dips as new chip designation, production schedule revealed. Lucid stock jumps 11% in its Nasdaq debut. The Wall Street Journal, Intel's CEO lays out plan to reclaim semiconductor crown. Personal Finance Daily, 10 cars you can still get below sticker price, and managers view remote workers as more easily replaceable than in-person employees. Newswatch, Tesla tops $1 billion in profit, delays semi-launch. Schumer says Senate could work through weekend to reach infrastructure deal. Earnings results, Universal Health Services stock rallies as earnings, outlook beat Street View. Market snapshot, Dow, S&P 500 and Nasdaq end at records ahead of big tech earnings, Fed meeting. The ratings game, Krispy Kreme has set up shop in the $650 billion, recession-resistant indulgence market, JP Morgan says. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Dual-use ventures and intellectual property, SBIR data rights, patents, and deals, JD Supra. Portnoy, Christmas in July, Mountain set $99 and free shipping, Fox 31 Denver. Why InventHelp is such a valuable resource for inventors, Harlem World Magazine. Balancing quality and cost, a strategy for European patents, Lexology. International Patent Reviews releases study on Sun Pharmaceuticals' Livulin Carastic patent, WFMZ Allentown. Despite COVID, Arizona reports strong year for innovation, Patch.com. Form 8K Lordstown Motors Corporation, 4, July 23rd Street Insider.com. Pragmatism, How Americans Define Truth, Big Think. What's the deal with that security slot on your laptop, anyway, Vice? Patents for Humanity, the USPTO recognizes innovation relating to COVID-19, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. The next headlines are from Quartz. Athletes cash in. Watch, Adobe CPO Scott Belsky on navigating teams through company change. Japan's Olympic golds show its rise as a skateboarding superpower. Simone Biles. The G20 nations couldn't agree on the only climate goal that really matters. Laying claim to dance isn't as straightforward for TikTok creators. The NFL is talent scouting in Africa. China is extending its regulatory storm from tech to education. Japan's 72 seasons can liberate us from our obsession with productivity. Fauci's warning, Robin Hood Roadshow, the origins of pole vaulting. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Naturopath sues Twitter after it bans her account for spreading medical misinformation. Streisand effect still works, Vancouver roofing company hit with negative reviews after suing over a negative review. Senator Klobuchar proposes an unconstitutional law that would kill legions of people if Trump were still president. NSO Group attempting to distance itself from damaging leak by offering up contradictory statements and nothing to fear platitudes. Daily Deal, the Unreal Engine Unity game development for beginners bundle. Anti-vaxxers countermeasures show why it's not so simple to just delete anti-vax misinfo on social media. Netflix finally faces competition, tries to pretend otherwise. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Adam Peaty, Mick Jagger, Lil Durk, Madden 22 ratings, Tom Brady football, The Green Knight, Hidden Diaz, LCID stock, President Joe Biden, Tom Daley. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Biden administration declares long COVID a disability eligible for accommodation under civil rights law. Big tech companies to target right-wing militias and attacker manifestos through same database used to identify terrorists. Veterans Affairs becomes first U.S. government agency to mandate COVID-19 vaccinations for some staff. A woman was stabbed in Hyde Park. Media and authorities are acting as if she had it coming for wearing a Charlie Hebdo shirt. EU sends help to Italy as hundreds are evacuated from island of Sardinia amid wildfires raging for days. Videos. A tropical storm is going to hit Japan on Tuesday, and Olympic organizers are being accused of lying about extreme conditions. Barcelona confirmed they have ended their court battle with Neymar 4 years after the Brazil striker left for Paris Saint-Germain. Global mission led by Interpol sees over 280 human smuggling suspects arrested, 430 victims freed. NYC Mayor de Blasio demands full vaccination for all city workers by September and threatens tough consequences for mask flouters. Sinovac COVID-19 vaccine antibodies begin to fade 6 months after second dose, study. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Big tech forms white supremacist counter-terror database. PayPal works with ADL to fight extremism and hate. The net zero narrative is riddled with holes. French intelligence warned Obama State Department about Wuhan lab in 2015, former U.S. official. Chicago area teacher sues after being fired for criticism of protests after George Floyd murder. Biden declares all U.S. combat troops to leave Iraq by end of 2021. Biden administration spending $3 million a day to suspend border wall construction, Senate report. Fully masked, crowd-free Olympics opening ceremony attracts fewest TV watchers in 33 years. Cascade of consequences. Tesla jumps after beating expectations, says Shanghai is now main hub for auto exports. Bitcoin tumbles after Amazon denies it will accept crypto this year. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Trump ally Thomas Barrack pleads not guilty in UAE lobbying case. Wipeout, China stocks in U.S. suffer biggest two-day loss since 2008. Peru opposition to lead Congress in setback for president-elect. Tesla beats earnings forecasts despite supply chain crisis. Bosnian Serbs to boycott country's central institutions. Biden, Kadhimi seal agreement to end U.S. combat mission in Iraq. Turmoil in Tunisia, is democracy at risk? Last victim of Florida Surfside condo collapse identified. Jupiter rising, SpaceX just scored another major NASA contract. UN, dozens presumed dead after boat capsizes off Libya coast. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Watch, cops, bystanders rescue mom and baby trapped under car, it was unbelievable. Watch, I voted for you, Cuban Americans turn on Biden. Exclusive video, Border Patrol opens gates to hundreds of migrants near West Texas town. Social justice group tells wealthy white liberals to give up their spots in Ivy League schools for Black and Latinx students. Philippines, Manny Pacquiao confirms 2022 presidential run. Hasbro CEO Goldner, price increase on toys won't hurt high demand of our products. Exclusive classified report Biden could release provides intricate detail on Eric Swalwell relationship with Fang Fang. Florida Democrats struggle with Cuba messaging, Republicans succeed. Report, critical race theory may sway independent suburban voters away from Democrats. Obama pollster warns Democrats about pumping up spending bill. The next headlines are from UPI News. Virginia man wins a second $100,000 lottery jackpot with same numbers. Massachusetts woman's lost cat turns up 6 years later. Watch, truck crash covers New York City expressway in Peppers. Watch, unusual cylindrical vessel washes up with runner on Florida beach. Watch, Idaho man balances chair on chin for over an hour to break world record. Watch, large fireball lights up night sky over Texas and nearby states. Watch, bubble blowing experts attempt Guinness record with giant bubble net. Watch, 4 horses escape from Colorado rodeo, go running on highway. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Dashing support cat helps kids with eye problems feel confident about wearing glasses. Watch this lucky tortoise enjoy his new homemade Scotch-Air device crafted from broom heads. Little boy finds sweet friendship with 99-year-old woman over the fence during lockdown. Watch. Maine becomes first U.S. state to make corporations pay for recycling if they don't use sustainable packaging. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, July 27th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. German lawyers wrangle over pensioners' Nazi tank, BBC News. Father builds exoskeleton to help wheelchair-bound son walk. Tokyo Olympics, South Korean broadcaster apologizes for inappropriate TV images. Right-handed man almost masturbates to death, medical case study. Florida man in bubble-like vessel washes up on beach, sheriff says. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Lying, corrupt, anti-American cops are running amok with AI. Watch a basketball robot show NBA stars how to shot. Study, almost half of dating app users trust AI to find them a match. Leak, Microsoft Surface Duo 2 is shaping up to be a phone you might actually want. Indiana is testing magnetizable concrete for wireless EV charging. What is entanglement in quantum physics? We'll explain in under 5 minutes. Linux doesn't have to be that mysterious coding area you don't understand. This course explains it all. Become an ethical hacker for $43 with this 18-course, 130-hour deep dive. Spoiler alert, the most popular used EV in the US isn't a Tesla. Bitcoin surges near $40,000 amid rumors that Amazon will accept it for payments. The following headlines are from Science Daily. No more finger pricks, a continuous glucose monitor benefits patients with diabetes in more ways than one. What happens to marine life when oxygen is scarce? Scientists model true prevalence of COVID-19 throughout pandemic. Supernova's fizzled gamma ray burst. Hubble finds evidence of water vapor at Jupiter's moon Ganymede. Second COVID-19 RNA vaccine dose found safe following allergic reactions to first dose. Brain's memory center needed to recognize image sequences but not single sites. Plant root-associated bacteria preferentially colonize their native host plant roots. Improving air quality reduces dementia risk, multiple studies suggest. Extreme heat, dry summers main cause of tree death in Colorado's subalpine forests. The next headlines are from Information Week. AI liability risks to consider. AI requires a holistic framework and scalable projects. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, July 27th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. U.S. interns, Texas, Bulgarian students to hear from space station astronauts. NASA preview science on next Northrop Grumman space station mission. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah reports 9 more COVID-19 deaths and 2,269 new cases in the past 4 days. 8 dead in pile-up on Interstate 15 near Kamosh after sandstorm blinds drivers. Alaska's Attorney General blasts DesNat tweets, removes cases from embattled assistant. Utah hospitals feeling strain of COVID-19 surge, a Logan doctor says. Breaking, flash floods nearly submerge cars in Cedar City, warnings in effect for southern Utah. Smoke afflicting Utah should start moving out by Tuesday. Utah's children can handle the truth of American history, George Pyle writes. Here's how you can view the Tribune's new edition and new app. Habitat for Humanity plan to build 20 homes in Kearns. 6 years later, there are 4 amid complaints of slow, shoddy work. Maureen Dowd, remember when the weather was just a matter of small talk? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Fauci wants to make vaccines for the next pandemic before it hits. Japan pitches Society 5.0 to keep its edge in tech and science. Police are telling ShotSpotter to alter evidence from gunshot detecting AI. Internal documents reveal NSA cafeteria sucks. Consumer losses top $500 million due to COVID-related fraud. Citizen is now paying New Yorkers to live stream crimes. NASA taps SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket to launch Jupiter moon mission. Olympics opening ceremony ratings fall to 33-year low. Toyota led on clean cars, now critics say it works to delay them. European Commission starts legal action against 23 EU countries over copyright rules. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Ms. AD Jim Sturck stepping down. 55-year-old motorcyclist killed in collision in Alton. Illinois grandpa's text messages about dying alone go viral on TikTok. 40.8% of Missourians are fully vaccinated. Pfizer and Moderna to expand vaccine trials in children ages 5-11 at FDA request, report says. Missouri releases new guidance for schools reopening in August. Josh Hawley to introduce legislation to fight against critical race theory classes. Missouri woman tries to get back $167,000 senior center membership fee. Nearly 300 federal inmates transferred from St. Louis to out-of-state jails. Eureka native could be on next season of The Bachelorette. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Former Senator Barbara Boxer assaulted, robbed in Oakland. Tijuana once again on track to be most violent city in the world. Pedestrian hit, killed by Amtrak surfliner train in Carlsbad. San Diego Humane Society waives adoption fees for adult animals through July 31st. Padres acquire all-star Adam Frazier from Pirates. California's largest fire burns homes as blazes scorch west. Off-duty Border Patrol agent stops knife-wielding suspect in downtown San Diego. Arrest made in East County mom's shooting death. California mandates COVID vaccine proof for state employees, healthcare workers. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Lockheed Martin, buy systems reach agreement on LRASM contract for missile seekers. Sub ship second aft airframe section of T-7A Red Hawk trainer. U.S. Army is testing its newest remote combat vehicles. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Shares plunge as Beijing pushes ahead with new rules for education and tech companies. Chinese social media reacts to shocking losses and historic wins at Tokyo Olympics. A scientist's future hangs in the balance after another failure of the China Initiative. China tops medal count as Tokyo Olympics gets into full swing. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. You're taking a huge risk, and you will very likely catch COVID if you go to Las Vegas, Hawaii official says. California Republicans approve recall endorsement process. Hemp growing rules to be discussed by Contra Costa Board of Supervisors. New rules, California K-12 COVID safety practices for school year. Man sentenced to 15 years for Sonoma County home invasion robberies. California fourth graders will have free access to 19 state parks. Crews respond to plane crash, fire near Truckee Golf Course. Review, I tried a $6,000 electric bike intended to replace a car. You may be surprised by what this study revealed about social media posts. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pritzker considering mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations for state employees as case counts rise. Lakeview toddler's drowning appears to be tragic accident, police say. Elgin child molester sentenced to 25 years. Pritzker signs bills expanding access to mental health care. Masks now won't be required for unvaccinated students, staff in District 70. Schaumburg plans renovation of plaza honoring first village attorney. Incomplete infrastructure could hinder completion of 5 McHenry County subdivisions. Old Second National Bank and West Suburban Bank plan to merge. Crystal Lake police investigating death of woman found in parked car. Taste of Roselle returned this weekend with food, rides and entertainment. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone Partek 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.2 m, depth 10.67 km, in Indonesia July 26, 2021, 12:09 UTC, 350,000 people within 100 kilometers. Orange alert for tropical cyclone IN.FA, 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.971 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 18.15 km, in Indonesia July 26, 2021, 3:50 to UTC, 340,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, July 27th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Fifth Ward Church gets massive pile of trash removed with Action 13's help. Alex Bregman's road back to Astros from injury underway with Sugar Land Skeeter's assignment. The Bachelorette 2021, Katie Thurston reunites with former suitors in Men Tell All. Man in custody after barricading himself in apartment, HPD says. Authorities believe stepmother abused 4-year-old for months before her death. Team of robbers believed to have taken bank bag from victim's car at gas station. 2 women with new allegations among 10 to file police complaints against Deshaun Watson, lawyer says. Moderna expanding kids' COVID-19 vaccine study to better assess safety. Texas firefighter's death in Cancun was not an accident, family says. 2 drivers die when out of control Ferrari crashes on Westheimer in West Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Biden says U.S. combat mission in Iraq to conclude by year-end. Wisconsin Republican promises forensic election audit. The latest, UN says COVID worse this year for poor nations. Black leaders rally to preserve cemetery next to skate park. Packers CEO hopeful about sorting things out with Rodgers. Bike accident hospitalizes ex-US Senator Mike Enzi of Wyoming. Washington signing Jonathan Allen to $72 million, 4-year extension. Tucker Carlson called worst human at Montana fishing shop. Kanye West living in Atlanta Stadium to work on new album. Judge tells county to retrieve some COVID-19 relief payments. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Revel has green light to bring Tesla taxis to Manhattan. Billionaire investor and former Trump advisor Tom Barrack pleads not guilty to illegal lobbying. Extra, anyone have any more information about this human skull that turned up in Queens? They saw a fin, Jones Beach lifeguard potentially bitten by shark. The Apple Hills founders open their new ice cream shop to social in Prospect Heights. Queens driver charged with aggravated vehicular homicide, DWI after killing mother and daughter in crash. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Could a Surfside building disaster happen on the NY or NJ coast? Early edition, rental cars have gotten gross. NYC will require vaccination or weekly testing for all city workers. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Latin America sets an example in welcoming displaced Venezuelans. UNFPA calls for protection and justice for women and girls in Tigray. Afghanistan, record number of women and children killed or wounded. Protecting plants will protect people and the planet. Beware UN Food Systems Summit Trojan Horse. Is it time to create a UN political body for climate change? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Why did China buy an airstrip in Texas? Another coup, violent protests erupt in Tunisia as president suspends parliament. White House admits U.S. government works with Facebook to censor free speech. Germany, vaccinated will have more freedom as unvaxxed banned from cinemas, restaurants. United Republic of Soybeans, GMO and neocolonialism in the Southern Cone. Biden's crime chief had screaming red flags on his financial disclosure form, senators ignored them. Montana man who confronted Tucker Carlson worked for CIA-founded front group. Militaries plunder science fiction for technology ideas, but turn a blind eye to the genre's social commentary. Now in effect, Washington law prohibits no-knock warrants and limit federal militarization of police. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did William Phelps, the father of traffic safety, never learn to drive? Did Mike the Headless Chicken lie for 18 months after losing his head? No, Democrats and Biden do not suck the blood of children. Issa Rae announced she got married with Instagram photo drop. Veterans Affairs requires COVID-19 vaccination for healthcare workers. Did Biden say my butt's been wiped? Does video show Tom Brady playing catch with a throwing machine? NYC to require vaccines or weekly testing for city workers. With COVID-19 surge, U.S. to keep travel restrictions for now. Pelosi appoints second GOP critic of Trump to January 6 committee. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Co-owner of shady Beverly Hills vault business accused of extensive criminal empire. The best items to buy during Nordstrom's anniversary sale. For the January 6th committee to succeed, this guy has to go. Meghan McCain compares guy who confronted Tucker Carlson to Scalise's shitter, incredibly dangerous. This maxi dress keeps me fashionable, cool, and modest. Futurism bought by VC-backed firm seeking to become next big media power player. 40,000 fans cram into music festival as England takes huge, but very fun, gamble. Mild and sunny, the weather lies Tokyo told to win these games. Lululemon's Oxford makes me want to go back to the office. Val Kilmer finds his voice again in Val, a moving reflection on a life almost lost. The next headlines are from the New York Post. NBC's streaming service Peacock slammed over its Olympics coverage. Mets should make all-out push for Max Scherzer at trade deadline. How New York Magazine takes the temperature of the city. Brooklyn Nets owner revealed his mystery buyer of $157 NYC condo. New York resumed transfer of homeless hotel residents to shelters. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Go behind the mission of Apollo 15. 50 years since Apollo 15, rovers reached the moon. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. California's largest wildfire overwhelms firefighters. Students adapt wheelchair for teacher's husband and baby. Toxic algae bloom on Florida's coast ravages marine life. Thousands evacuated as erratic wildfires rage in California. U.S. COVID surge fueled by Delta variant and unvaccinated Americans. Western wildfires force evacuations and destroy homes. New COVID infections on the rise across the U.S. Warming rivers in U.S. West killing fish, imperiling industry. Russians ditch space station module, clearing way for new lab. Ex-Surgeon General says pandemic is spiraling out of control again. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Last Surfside condo collapse victim identified. January 6th probe to kick off on Tuesday with testimony from hero cops who fought pro-Trump rioters. Infrastructure deal faces new Senate deadline as sticking points remain. Scottish mountain climber dies in avalanche on K2, officials. Biden, marking ADA anniversary, pledges support for COVID long haulers. Department of Veteran Affairs to mandate vaccinations for health care workers, in federal agency first. Cuomo overhauls COVID rent relief program in wake of criticism and fears a flood of evictions. New York pumping $15 into COVID vaccination as Delta variant spreads. NYC wants the dirty dozen kicked off Facebook, Twitter for spreading dangerous COVID misinformation. Fox News suggests tying voting rights to having more kids. The following headlines are from military.com. How much discrimination did guardsmen face from civilian employers during the pandemic? VA orders most employees to get COVID-19 vaccines. Air Force suspends using body cameras for its security personnel. Pakistani Army, Afghan soldiers flee attack, cross border. A $500 ribbit, how grilled cheese and energy drinks fueled the Afghanistan withdrawal. Dallas Towing Company to pay $50,000 for illegally selling cars belonging to service members. Army shooter is first U.S. service member to win gold medal at Tokyo Olympics. Biden, Iraqi PM to announce end of U.S. combat mission in Iraq. China calls U.S. policy misguided in high-level talks. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Schaumburg man drowns at Fort Sheridan Beach. Lakeview police say weekend drowning of 3-year-old was accidental. Joliet area couple charged with breaching U.S. Capitol during January 6 insurrection. Will Lori Lightfoot seek a second term? It's not a gimme, Chicago mayor says, but she's still filling her campaign fund. GOP candidate for governor Gary Robin incorrectly says COVID vaccines haven't been approved and are responsible for thousands of deaths. Officer shoots fleeing male in the leg after shots were fired at cops in Bronzeville, Chicago police say. COPA is investigating. Waukegan man killed in two-car weekend crash. 12 fatalities among 73 people shot during the weekend in Chicago. Mask mandate, other COVID restrictions in Chicago possible if daily cases top 200, Lightfoot warns with Lollapalooza days away. Tentative agreement struck over new police contract, first in 4 years, ballots being mailed to union members. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Fermi spots a supernova's fizzled gamma ray burst. Director retention does not necessarily facilitate post-acquisition firm performance, study. Astronomers seek evidence of tech built by aliens. Through the thin film glass, researchers spot a new liquid phase. When a heat wave comes, this scientist takes a shellfish's perspective. Atlas reports first observation of WWW production. Study, countries' wealth inequality independent from income inequality, linked to distribution of housing equity. Astronomers uncover briefest supernova-powered gamma ray burst. Researchers demonstrate technique for recycling nanowires in electronics. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, July 27th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Brains might sink as people interact, and that could upend consciousness research. Our planet's changing orbit helped life survive Snowball Earth. Ibogaine, the psychedelic drug that could fight addiction. Why human foreskin is a hot commodity in science. We still don't know what's killing the birds. 3 best CBD dog treats, organic CBD for dogs. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Missouri AD Jim Sturk to step down after 5 years in position. Prosecutor, no charges in jail death due to poor training. Judge convicts NY lawyer who fought Chevron of contempt. Sponsored, an Alaska adventure awaits in Ketchikan. Jesse Jackson among 35 arrested for sit-in at Sonoma office. Oregon's most populous county recommends masking. Woman charged with murdering homeless Houston area woman. Child dies after fall from second floor of Denver area mall. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Letters, expand opportunity, don't blame zoning, save facility A worse off for name racism. Family says final victim in Florida collapses identified. Oakland, former Senator boxer unhurt after strong arm robbery. NBA draft, Warriors GM Myers plans to make 2 lottery picks, but feel could change that. DNA from untested rape test kit links accused killer, serial rapist to 2005 Berkeley sexual assault, De says, another man was falsely accused. San Jose Sharks issue 1 qualifying offer, but it's not to Ryan Donato. 49ers training camp depth chart, defense faces health questions about Bosa, Ford. Trump ally Barrack pleads not guilty in foreign lobbying case. Seton Medical Center breaks ground on $60 million seismic retrofit, but workers want more. Bay Area cities among top 5 most educated in U.S. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Liz Cheney takes center stage at first January 6 committee hearing. We have important work to do. Joe Biden to call off U.S. combat mission in Iraq by the end of the year. Highland Park, Dallas, whites pressure to pledge they won't send their children to top schools. Critics say Biden missing a chance to back freedom movement in Cuba. Inside the Beltway, Judge Jeanine Pirro fears for America. Senate Democrats put female draft back on the table. Tucker Carlson fishing shop confrontation video goes viral. Fort Worth, Texas, gunman dies after partygoers throw bricks at him. Steve, Bridget Tenney suing East Lansing over farmers market ban, religious hostility. New Hampshire man sues IRS over data collected from cryptocurrency accounts. The next headlines are from The Intercept. She blew the whistle on military sexual assault, then came under investigation. Colombian mercenaries and the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. Meant to intimidate, months after police raids, Kashmir human rights groups remain dormant. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 3 more chosen for $100,000 jackpots in vaccine lottery. Identities of all past winners remain a mystery. What would Aaron Rodgers' return mean for Bears? Wearing a mask is the right thing for all students when school begins this fall. Javi Baez out of Cubs lineup with bruised heel. Bears net a 5th rounder from Texans for Anthony Miller and a 7th. Street closures begin Monday for Lollapalooza. Crest Hill couple latest Illinoisans to be charged in breach of U.S. Capitol. Kanye West living in Atlanta Stadium to complete new Donda album. Aaron Rodgers, Packers closing in on reworked contract. Trump partisans want Biden to fail even if it costs American lives. The next headlines are from the Times of India. IT has filed 107 cases on black money stashed overseas, government. Those with high BP most likely to get post-COVID problems. SRED officer, former Kejriwal aide on Pegasus. Big part of Rs 3.4 LCR petroleum cess used for free vax, poor. COVID live, vaccine numbers cross 44 CR after July slump. With BS Yediyurappa on board, BJP confident of smooth transition in Karnataka. Delta infecting even fully vaccinated at a greater rate. Amazon sale, Bluetooth headphones at 60% plus off. The Advanced Exam 2021 to be held on October 3rd. Chanu created history, entire nation proud of her, Thakur. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The dollar's return to Houston, where it, sorta, all started. Single tickets go on sale today for Houston Ballet Live and in person. This week in Houston food events, Houston Restaurant Weeks makes its tasty return. Deshaun Watson officially reports to Texans training camp. Foghat celebrates 50 years of fast licks and slow rides. The next headlines are about world records making news. Keene Harrison, I haven't run my fastest time yet, I'm ready to challenge myself. Athletics Weekly. American world record holder and Illinois native Ryan Murphy going for more gold, NBC Chicago. Teen pilot to attempt record-setting solo flight around the world, Wayne. Montana bell fisherman arrows 92-pound world record paddlefish, field and stream. Record-smashing heat extremes may become much more likely with climate change study, Reuters. Idaho man balances chair on chin for over an hour to break world record, UPI News. Guinness World Record broken in Pleasantville, Patch.com. Maple race runner Kaylee Hago bags her second world record within a fortnight, Daily Record. Lytton makes its first time on Ragbray route memorable with goat yoga record attempt, Des Moines Register. Minnesota baby born at 21 weeks celebrates first birthday, sets world record, the Mercury News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Nokia claims its newest phone is life-proof. Samsung confirms, better foldables with stylus support are coming, but no new Galaxy Note. Lego's new Marvel-themed minifigures are a highly tempting collectible. Get ready for titanium iPhones. QR menu codes are everywhere, and tracking you more than you think. The 10 best boring live streams on YouTube. SDCC 2021 was another letdown, but here's what you missed. People who had allergic reaction to first COVID-19 shot may tolerate the second just fine, study suggests. The Suicide Squad's Harley Vision will tap into Birds of Prey's flights of fancy. Bezos says he'll spend $2 billion on a lunar lander in exchange for a NASA contract. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Almaty in Iran at 124.34 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 101.56 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 74.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Internal Activision Blizzard petition rebukes abhorrent, insulting leadership. Valve promises Steam Deck will run the entire Steam library at 30+ FPS. UK worries Starlink and OneWeb may interfere with each other, plans new rules. iOS 1.4.7.1 and macOS 1.1.5.1 arrive with one bug fix and one security fix. Tesla earned a profit of $1.1 billion after delivering 201,250 cars in Q2. Report, the iPhone 14 will be a major upgrade, and it will be made of titanium. Bezos says he is now willing to invest in a moon lander, here's why. Bitcoin surges as Amazon job posting suggests retailer may accept cryptocurrencies. Here's the first credible Microsoft Surface Duo 2 leak. Sean Gallagher and an AI expert break down our crazy machine learning adventure. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump-loving Arizona GOP state senator calls COVID vaccines the mark of the beast in unhinged rant. MAGA lawyers say they don't deserve sanctions for filing bogus claims because they really believe they were true. GOP pulls last-minute stunt in desperate bid to get Jim Jordan on Capitol riot commission. Early signs point to potential humiliation for Trump after candidate he backed has run a terrible campaign. Why disdain them? CNN's Tapper grills GOP lawmaker for bashing Cheney and Kinzinger's participation in riot hearings. First Capitol riot hearing is going to be a disastrous day for Kevin McCarthy, Politico reporter. McConnell ripped for sweeping gaslighting after blaming Biden for GOP voters not getting vaccinated. Former John Cornyn spokesman blasts GOP lawmakers' latest circus act about Capitol riots. The horror and disgrace of the Republican Party will be on full display tomorrow, MSNBC's Nicole Wallace. ADL investigation blows the lid off Oath Keepers' abusing tax system by posing as charitable nonprofits. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. A dose of radical history. We've unmasked the Oath Keepers' January 6th operations leader. Small farms vanish every day in America's dairy land, there ain't no future in dairy. Armed standoffs with the government, Uber militias, and Ammon Bundy's run to be Idaho's next governor. Banks really don't like Biden's push to make it easier to move your money. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Galileo project will search for evidence of extraterrestrial life from the technology it leaves behind, space.com. 3.42 billion-year-old fossil threads may be the oldest known archaea microbes, Science News magazine. The extraordinary history, and likely busy future, of quarantine, the New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Aptonictor reports second quarter 2021 financial results on Tuesday, August 10, 2021, Galveston County Daily News. How basket weaving could help stroke and dementia patients, Hair American League Division Series Scotland. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. How long will people live in the future, the European sting. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, July 27, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO tech has security experts worried. The UFO crash site in Emery County. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, July 27, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.